Hi everybody and welcome to another video. In this video I'm gonna be talking about my interpretation of steampunk and more specifically what I have done with this wallpaper that you guys can see here. It's a wallpaper I downloaded from somewhere. I don't recall where exactly, but I roughly have a time frame which is about 9 years more or less. And I always wanted to do or customize a GTK theme to match with this wallpaper. But unfortunately, with the time and working and all that, I never had the time until I decided to get myself to know a little bit more about coding. And then later, with the theme that are kind of, I would say, my favorite theme, the way that is set up is not a flat GTK theme. I decide I'm gonna strip the colors, make a color scheme for myself the way I like it, and put on a GTK theme that I like it. And so I did that. Let me just show you for a moment the original color and the person who made it. The person who made it, his name is PAULXFCE, and the theme color is this. It's a very nice color scheme, but unfortunately it's too bright for my eyes. And because I was looking for a GTK theme that had the kind of nice frame around the edges, like curve, not sharp. It had some gradient, so it wasn't completely flat. I decided to use this GTK theme, which was made by Paul XFC. I'm gonna leave the link down below, and also the link of the icon pack. What I've done is to strip completely the colors. I didn't do nothing else besides that. Oh, and changing the small icons on the top of the minimize, maximize, and close. I wanted to leave as much as originally it was. It's just a question of the color scheme. And that and this is the final result for the team. What I went about is to find a brown color that it doesn't look like chocolate or coffee or something like that. I wanted to find a brown color that looks similar to like leather, for instance, or wood. The best way to sort of kind of try to explain myself was trying to match the leather and wood color and come about with one specific color. And then with this color, I use to go darker and to go brighter. So with the same color, I create darker and lighter. And with that, I pick 7 colors from lighter to darker and create my own color scheme to apply on a GTK theme. And as you guys can see, let me just increase the image or the window so you guys can see. The color lines are diagonal. And also on the side panel, as you can see, I saw on a diagonal way to make it look more like wood effect. And to make it, as you can see here, it goes from lighter to darker and light again at the very end. The same way is when I minimize the screen, the window, you will see that it's lighter, going to darker, and going to light again. This setup of the GTK theme that I did, it will work with any application that comes within a system in case you are using the GNOME, and any other application that is written, the code is written in GTK. Any other type of application that is written, like for instance Qt, which is for KD Plasma, it will not change. Like for instance, let me open the KD Live. The KD Live, for some of you who don't know, the coding to write the application is Qt. So I cannot change the the window or the application itself. And because of that, it will stay as it is originally. Sometimes you can have an option on preferences or settings to change to darker or lighter. But because I'm using the KD in Live, and well, until I find something better, if there is, well, there is one, but unfortunately I don't know what's going on with the Solus OS, because that is the operation system that I'm using, which is this one here. And because I'm not sure if it's gonna be available or not, I normally would go with the Flowblade. Flowblade is my video editing, or my favorite, let's say, and is written in GTK, which is brilliant. So when you use it, the the color scheme of this GTK theme, it will work with that application. But because of a missing script that is part or third party of the Flowblade, I cannot get it to install on this operation system. Another thing is, when I wanted to do the GTK theme, I also had a plan on icon pack, because on a GTK theme, to match the icons and all that, in this case for this specific one, it was more about trying to find one specific color, which was about goldish or gold, because steampunk originally, some colors did change with the time, but original colors was dark brown, dark red, sometimes black, but not many often, and gold. And those colors would blend together. So I wanted to blend properly. Normally, I would I was planning to make the letters, the fonts, as you can see here and in here. I wanted to make it gold, but I realized that because the color gold or very bright yellow makes the letters a bit blurrish. So when you're typing or you're doing some work, for instance, you want to open your note, or you want to do some coding, or you want to do whatever you want to, it was too bright to see properly. So I went for a light cream color, which it's also part of the steampunk theme, and I found that it is much better, and I can do any work anytime I want to without affecting the workflow. Let's say when I'm typing or doing a letter, or writing an email, for instance, because there is no need to change for another GTK team to do something and then go back to this team because it's what I like, but to work it doesn't really help. So it took me a few months just to get the all set up, the color scheme, changing here and there, and also to me at the moment I would say it's complete, but it doesn't mean that sometimes I'll try to change a little bit or put a bit more bright or a bit more darker. But at the moment, the color scheme, the theme itself, it came out really well for my taste, of course. Not everybody would like it, but for my taste and for what I was trying to do, and even came a point to learn a little bit coding just to create a GTK theme, but then I found it that I had the idea, but to put on paper, it's a bit different. So with this GTK theme done by PAULXFCE, I found it that that's exactly what I wanted. And with that, I could just change the color completely and make my own kind of interpretation of steampunk. And that's what you guys see here. Um, and also, okay, the original color scheme of the GNU shelf is different. If I put it back, the original theme, and I put the GNU shelf, as you can see, is the same as the GTK, you'll see that it is different. It comes a dark gray color. I like it, but if you want to do a steampunk theme to look really type of steampunk, well, at least my interpretation of steampunk, I wanted to blend together with the theme itself. So I try to find a way to match from darker to lighter and create this color scheme which match with the theme itself. Yeah, and more or less they said what I've done, and that is my interpretation of steampunk in 2021. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, you guys take care and have a good time. Bye.